That wheel was breaking spokes, and Bram had said that he had replaced spokes on it before. It was a front wheel, which is less common for broken spokes. He had replaced a few spokes on this version of the wheel, but he had also rebuilt it previously because it kept breaking spokes. He's a part of his job is bike patrolling up on Snoqualmie Pass.
Yeah.
He's an aggressive rider, I assume, because he's a skier also, and he also has a lot of upper body strength. So I can imagine him pushing that front wheel through difficult situations and kind of pushing it through like a pile of roots or rocks, like a shield, which you can do, or he could probably do. And so the rim though had no dents in it at all. So the rim was not bent. And the other thing, the spoke tension on the spokes that were on there was up there quite a ways, but it was straight gauge spokes instead of butted spokes. So the straight gauge spokes, in my experience, can break from not being under enough tension range. So the straight gauge spoke it doesn't flex as much, it doesn't elongate before yield as much. So it's the range of tension that it carries it goes very quickly from low tension to high tension, and then you can't go over a certain tension because the rim only will be safe up to a certain tension. So with the butted spoke, you've got the tension built into the spoke because the spoke will elongate a little bit and hold that tension and share the tension with the rim. And so we have better luck with the butted spoke, and the quality of the build is usually better on a butted spoke. The other thing on that bike I wonder about is he has a huge front rotor, and so your braking forces, which do the braking forces twist the hub versus the rim under that force. So that's going to increase the each spoke's tension range, like as would accelerating on a back wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have something to do with the number of spokes he's broken. So we built it with that. I put it at as high tension as I possibly could, because he's going to put his tubeless tire back on with Cush Core, which is a protective layer of foam, and all of that plus the air pressure compresses the wheel just slightly and reduces the spoke tension. So the spoke tension, my reading will go down once the tire and tube are on. I'm also going to put a DT product called Spoke Freeze on the nipples, and allow that to it sort of gets you put it on between the spoke nipple and the long end of the spoke, and what it does is it gets down into the threads, the first like 4 or 5 threads of the spoke nipple, and then dries like Loctite.
Cool. So
it'll allow me to adjust the wheel later. It won't be that locked, but it'll keep the spoke nipples from, in extreme conditions, backing out. If the spoke tension is completely lost momentarily, that can happen. The spoke nipples will get loose. So.